Pelleas and Ettare. King Arthur made new knights to fill the gap left by the holy quest, and as he sat in hall at old Caerleon, the high doors were softly sundered, and through these a youth, Pelleas, and the sweet smell of the fields passed, and the sunshine came along with him. Make me thy knight, because I know, Sir King, all that belongs to knighthood and I love. Such was his cry for having heard the king. Let pardon proclaim a tournament the prize. A golden circlet and a knightly sword. Full fain had Pelleas for his lady won. The golden circlet for himself the sword, and there were those who knew him near the king, and promised for him, and Arthur made him knight. And this new knight Sir Pelleas of the Isles, but lately come to his inheritance, and lord of many a barren isle was he, riding at noon, a day or twain before, across the forest called of Dean to find Caerleon, and the king had felt the sun beat like a strong knight on his helm, and reeled almost to falling from his horse, but saw near him a mound of even sloping side, whereon 100 stately beeches grew, and here and there great hollies under them, before a mile all around was open space, and fern and heath. And slowly Pelleas drew to that dim day, then binding his good horse to a tree, cast himself down, and as he lay at random looking over the brown earth through that green looming twilight of the grove, it seemed to Pelleas that the fern without burnt as the living fire of emeralds, so that his eyes were dazzled looking at it. Then over it crossed the dimness of a cloud, floating, and once the shadow of a bird, flying, and then a fawn, and his eyes closed, and sensed he loved all maidens, but no maid. In special half awake he whispered, Where, oh where, I love thee, though I know thee not, for fair thou art and pure as the Guinevere. And I will make thee with my spear and sword as famous, O my queen, my Guinevere. For I will be thine Arthur when we meet. Suddenly wakened with the sound of talk and laughter at the limit of the wood, and glancing through the hoary boles he saw, strange as to some old prophet might have seemed, a vision hovering on a sea of fire. Damsels in divers colors, like the cloud of sunset and sunrise, and all of them on horses, and the high horses richly trapped, breast high, in that bright line of bracken stood, and all the damsels talked confusedly, and one was pointing this way and one that, because the way was lost, and Pelleas rose. There, she that seemed the chief among them said, In happy time, behold our pilot's star. Youth, we are damsels errant, and we ride, armed as ye see, to tilt against the knights, there at Caerleon, but have lost our way, to right, to left, straight forward, back again. Which? Tell us quickly. Pelleas gazingly thought, Is Guinevere herself so beautiful? For large her violet eyes looked, and her bloom, a rosy dawn, kindled in stainless heavens, and round her limbs, mature in womanhood. And slender was her hand, and small her shape, and but for those large eyes, the haunt of scorn, she might have seemed a toy to trifle with.